Success Coach. That's right. And every day when we come in here and we do this live from 12 to 2, Monday through Thursday, we have two simple goals. That's it. The first goal is to create a sense of connectedness and community where we love on each other, we support each other. This is truly a safe space. The second goal that we have is that we always have a conversation, a discussion that's designed to be empowering and impactful at some meaningful level in your life. So today is not unlike any other day. We are ready to get this thing started. And listen, if y'all are ready to kick today off, put ready in the chat. If that's where you are, if you're ready to go, put ready in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. I see you over here, Willis. In fact, why did you do that, Willis? I am going to, let's see if I can make you, add you as a moderator. There we go. All right, Willis, you are officially a moderator. You can ban people and do all kind of stuff. So now Janae, we have Janae has some help over here. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, everybody. I see y'all. I see you, Mother Love. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you. So let's go. We're gonna go ahead and get today started. Thank you, Monica, for grabbing that daily heart me. I'm excited because we are in day 2 of a conversation that we started on yesterday. We started it because it's one of those conversations that we've been doing so much work lately, and I mean so much work. And you guys you're beginning to make some really big strides and some big progress in your own individual lives. And in order for us to continue to move in that vein, one of the toughest challenges that we face is maintaining that same momentum. Because as we continue to move forward, hey, fine wine, good to see you coming on. Good to see you on. Welcome in, welcome in. And so as we're again moving in the right direction, you're starting to love on yourself a whole lot more. You're starting to do the things that you've always wanted to do for you. You're beginning to prioritize yourself above and beyond all things. You're no longer prioritizing everybody else above you. And so, in choosing you, and you're moving in the right directions for your ability to attract the life that you want. One of the toughest things is to stay in that space. Hey, Sam Ross, good to see you on. Good to see you on. Welcome in, welcome in. And again, if we have any newbies in here, if we have any newbies here on TikTok or any newbies here on YouTube, let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat so that we can love on you. I truly would appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. And so our conversation, I want to do a recap, just kind of recap where we left off on yesterday and bring us up to speed so that we can kick today off really, really powerfully. All right. And so the title of our talk is staying in the frequency. And if you're taking notes, the frequency is capital, all caps, or what we call in the print world super caps. And so the frequency, the all caps frequency. Staying in the frequency, the renewal of your mind, the honoring of your body, and the fulfillment of your soul. Most people do not struggle with becoming powerful. That's not your issue. That's not your issue. The problem that we struggle with is staying powerful. That's the biggest struggle. It's easy to touch the frequency in meditation, while you're in church, or you're on a retreat, or even here on this live, on this live here on TikTok or on YouTube. It's easy to touch that frequency, but it is a very different level of mastery, and I use that word with intentionality. It's a very different level of mastery to retain that and remain in that frequency when life starts lifing. Because irrespective of what it is that we got going on and what we're going to do, what we're doing, life is going to do what life does. Life around us is going to continue to happen. So many people are spiritually inspired, but mentally undisciplined. Now, here's the tough part. Here's the tough part. Many are spiritually inspired, but mentally undisciplined, physically depleted, and emotionally inconsistent. And so some of the things that we're going to touch on today are designed to be that so that you can become that version of yourself. And so becoming the best version of yourself and staying there is probably one of the biggest struggles that we have. And why is this conversation, why is this so important? Why is being in the frequency or staying in the frequency so important? Let me put this in here. Let me go ahead and put this out there, especially our newbies. Come on here. We live in an energetic universe. And because we live in an energetic universe, this universe has a language. Okay? The universe has a language, and that language is frequency. So you may say, well, AD, well, where does this frequency, what are you talking about? Where does this frequency come from? Well, in part, the frequency comes from you and it comes from me. And that frequency, how it comes from us, is that it is systemic of the thoughts that we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. I'm going to say that again. The thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. They create what we call what I like to call the protocols of alignment. It creates a resonance within us. And that resonance, hey, Monique, good to see you on. Good to see you. Come on in. And that resonance creates a vibrational frequency that is projected out into the quantum field. The quantum field then receives that frequency and reflects it back to us as reality. So what does that mean? It's what we're saying is that it's supported by the universal law of correspondence. As within, so without. As above, so below. As it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. So simply put, the reality that you and I experience every single day is simply reflective of what's going on the inside. What we experience outside is just a mirror of what's happening on the inside. So when you want to affect change, when you want to make some shifts and things happen in your life, the very first thing that you do is that you must change from the inside. You must change the thoughts that you have, change the words that you speak, change the actions that you take, and change the emotions that you allow yourself to experience. If that makes sense, put yes in the chat. If that makes sense to you, put yes in the chat, because that's foundational for our conversation today. Because we live in an energetic universe, and this universe has a language, and that language is frequency. That language is frequency. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Janae. That language is frequency. And if you don't understand, let me know that you don't understand, and I will continue to work with you to make sure that you do. It is so good. All right, here we go. Excellent. There we go. Y'all can remove Willis. Y'all can remove that right there, because that's not real. That live support thing. So excellent. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And so okay, James. And so what that means is, here's a short version. Where your focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Because this is an energetic universe, and this universe has a language, and that language is frequency. And so that you create that frequency in part. The frequency that we have that creates the reality that you and I experience is really systemic of the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. And so from that space, that's why, based upon the frequency that you're emitting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you are emitting its frequency, this signal. And that signal constantly is broadcasting into the quantum field. And based upon the law of vibration and a whole host of other laws, the quantum field then receives it, and it reflects back to us as reality. So what you're experiencing as reality, you help to co-create vibrationally. All right. So today we're going to be talking about staying in that frequency, and that frequency, or the frequency, is the frequency that represents the highest and best version of you. All right. So again, we're going to be talking about that frequency. No, not visiting it, not flirting with it, not posting about it, but embodying every version of it. The renewal of the mind, the honoring of the body, the fulfillment of the soul are not three. They're not three separate journeys. They are one synchronized symphony. When your body, mind, and soul are coherent, your frequency stabilizes. And when your frequency stabilizes, manifestation becomes less about effort and more about alignment. Just that simple. The frequency is the stabilized state. And this is what I told everybody to take notes. If you're taking any notes, make sure that you write this down. The frequency is the stabilized state of your highest identity. It is the energetic signature of the version of you who already knows, who already knows. Now watch this. It is the version of you that already knows. Already knows what? Already knows that everything is all right, that everything is well. There's a version of you that lives in the quantum field. There's a version, because see, every iteration of you and me lives as a possibility in the field of, some people call it the field of possibilities, the field of all possibilities. Some people call it the quantum field. And in the quantum field, every iteration of you exists. The happy you, the sad you, the broken you, the healed you, the rich you, the broke you. And so here in this experience, what happens by virtue of your focus goes in and it collapses the timeline. It collapses the particle into the one by vibration, by the universal law of vibration. Vibration comes first, form second. Then after the form comes into play, then comes the law of attraction. And then you can draw that form into your existence. What's the matter though we should just live? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with just living. So here we go. Let's keep going. So it is the energetic signature of the version of you who already knows. It's not hype. It is not just adrenaline. It's none of these things. It is literally energetic consistency, staying within that vibrational scope. So your subconscious mind does not respond to what you say. Always remember that. Your subconscious mind, it responds to what you repeatedly embody, because the universe does not give us what we ask for. Universe does not give us what we ask for. The universe gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. And so that identity is key, because, hey, sunshine, good to see you on. That identity creates certain standards and boundaries about yourself. What do you hold true about you? So those standards and boundaries are absolutely vital and key. Hey, little joker, just to see, good to see you on. And so just catching everybody up, just doing the recap from yesterday, really, really quickly, so we can launch into the remainder of today's talk. The renewal of your mind. So when we're talking about this staying in the frequency, those three components, the renewal of the mind, the honoring of the body, and the fulfillment of the soul, the very first thing is the renewal of the mind. The renewal of your mind is not positive thinking. It's not that at all. That may be a component of it, but it's not. All right. It is a neural restructuring, literally a restructuring of your brain from a literal standpoint. And so as a clinically certified hypnotherapist, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the excitement is, because you're literally making physical changes like never before. And so every thought you allow to loop becomes a frequency imprint. So the subconscious mind records repetition, not intention. You can intend things all day long. You can have the intention of something all day long, but it's not going to, your shift is not going to happen about that. It's not going to happen. The shift is going to be about you embodying the version of you that is consistent and congruent with the image that you have for yourself. It's going to be congruent with the idea that you hold, the highest ideal that you hold about who you are, and how long you can hold that vibrational state, because we live in an energetic universe, and that vibrational frequency that you emit is going to be reflected back to you and to me as reality. So, in the back of the Gita, it reminds us that the mind can be your greatest friend or your greatest enemy. Neuroscience confirms that repeated thoughts create new neural pathways. And so I gave the example, just like like when I'm working with my clients to become the better version of themselves, it is absolutely imperative that you understand that your brain, this is not just energetic stuff. This is also biology. And so, just as I habitually, because I'm a Florida boy, I habitually do this kind of, I got these little folds right here because I do that all of the time. I do that all of the time. It's not that I'm angry or mad, it's that the sun is always in my eyes because I'm always outside. So, from a child up until now, I have a habit of creating that. So, guess what? So, when my face relaxes, what do you see? You see the lines. The very same thing happens with us with our subconscious mind. In our mind, we have these neural pathways. So if you can see, just like on my face, you see these pathways of smiles, you see these smile lines, you see these wrinkles on my forehead. It is systemic of a habitual pattern that you see, and you can see it on my face. The same way your brain works when you have a repeated thought over and over and over again. You take the same action over and over again. And so that action creates literal pathways in the brain, those new neural pathways. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cynthia, stay around. You're in the right place. Stay right here. This is great stuff. So, as you create the new shift in your brain, it happens through repetition, because the subconscious mind, it loves what is familiar. And in order for you to get the familiar, to experience the familiar is something that you do repeatedly over and over and over and over again. That's it. Over and over and over again. And so because you experience it over and over again, your subconscious mind sees it as safe. Anything that is familiar is seen as safe. Does that make sense? If you understand that, if that makes sense, put yes in the chat. Put yes in the chat. Come on. Y'all quiet today. Wake up. Excellent. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Monica. So in the spiritual tradition of Christianity, it says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so when you're getting that, thank you, thank you. So when you read that text and it says, be ye transformed, moved. Hey, Majestic, good to see you on, superstar. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. What does that mean? That literally is a formula that for the last over 1,000 years, they have been giving you. You tapping. I see we already at 22K. Thank you so much, Mimi. When you're renewing your mind, you're literally recalibrating your brain from not just from the thoughts that you have, but from a from a place of neuroplasticity. You literally are rewiring your brain for new activity, for new growth, new change. How do you do that? We're going to get to it. This is not metaphorical. This is biology. When you renew your mind, you interrupt subconscious survival scripts, because those survival scripts are scripts that we have developed over time. These are scripts that we have developed over the years, over time, where we're constantly learning ourselves, learning our environment. As we learn ourselves, we learn our environment, we create survival strategies. But sometimes, watch this, sometimes those survival strategies in one season become outdated and they have no relevance in the new era, the new season. But because we have experienced those things habitually or from a traumatic experience, it is lodged and buried deep within the construct of our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is where the programming lies. So again, be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. What are we transforming? We're renewing our mind. We're transforming the subconscious script. Thank you. Thank you, Gemma, for being on here. Thank you. So here is so vital that we recognize the power of this brain that you were given, this gift that you were given, and how we honor this gift, and the negative traumatic stuff that we experience. We understand where it arises from. The procrastination. Anybody in here, especially in our newbies, anybody wrestle with procrastination? Anybody ever have a season, you're having a really big season of doubt, worry, or even fear? If that's you, put me in the chat. If that's you, put me in the chat. Because as you wrestle with that, it is literally systemic of what you have already experienced. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for your transparency. This is where, yeah, and Gemma, we've all been guilty of it. Thank you, Jabs. We've all been guilty of it. And sometimes we can get very bad, we can get hard on ourselves. We can get very, very down and very hard on ourselves. And because we get down and hard on ourselves, what are we really doing? What did I start off with? Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Thank you, Jacob. I'm going to say that again. Where your focus goes. Hey, Jamil, good to see you on, bro. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So if you're constantly focusing on the same thing, if you're focusing on the same negative narrative, then what are you going to get? The same experience. Hey, Nikki, good to see you on. Now watch this. What's so important about this as it pertains to our conversation? Our conversation today is about staying in the frequency, staying in the frequency. Because as long as you allow that frequency to be vacillate and to move by external forces and even sometimes internal dialogue that's negative, you have this new ideal version of yourself that you're vibrating at. Thank you, Mimi, for those finger hearts. You have this ideal situation that you're focusing at. And that ideal vibrational frequency is that signature that we were just talking about. And so the energetic signature is being broadcast out into the quantum field. The quantum field receives it and reflects it back to you and I as reality. We're literally co-creating our reality with the thoughts that we have. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You begin to operate in this place when you begin to realize this, and you're working on staying in the frequency that is in alignment with the highest version of yourself. The highest version of yourself. The version of you that knows that all is well. The version of you that knows abundance flows easily and effortlessly to you. The version of you that knows that you are healed. The version of you that knows that you are abundant beyond all wild imaginings. There's a version of you that knows this. There's an absolute version that knows this. And because there's a version that knows this, if we focus on that version, if we focus on that version, if we focus on that version, as we focus on it, and we maintain the vibrational frequency of it consistently, because see, that's the problem. As I started off, our problem is not that we cannot be great. Our problem is not that we don't touch our perfect version of ourselves. The problem that we wrestle with is that we vacillate and we allow circumstances and our situations to cause us to fall off of the vibrational frequency that is aligned with our greatest self. And that's because we have to focus on the renewing of our mind. Emotional regulation becomes a superpower once you realize this. Heart-brain coherence stabilizes your internal chemistry. We talk about this all of the time in here because most of us, the biggest neurochemical that we wrestle with every single day is what? Cortisol. Put it in the chat. The biggest thing that we wrestle with. Thank you, Fine Wine. I see you, Janet, coming in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you, Fine Wine, for those finger hearts. Yeah, you got a late pass. All right, you good to go. You good to go. Thank you, Janet. So vibrationally, to stay in this space it is absolutely imperative for us to do it. We talk about the biggest neurochemical that we wrestle with in the physical body is what? It's cortisol. What happens when cortisol is in the bloodstream? Cortisol causes all kinds of havoc in the physical body. Stress is the causation. Stress is the root cause of that cortisol. It's that fight or flight kind of thing. So from a neurochemical perspective, when you have high levels of stress, you experience cortisol released in your body. Inflammation, thank you, Britt. Inflammation, belly fat, cardiovascular issues. All inflammation is at the root of it all. And so, isn't that rehearsing positive affirmations on a daily basis? It is a part of that. But see, let me ask you this, Cynthia. Have you ever tried to do affirmations? Have you ever tried to do affirmations and it just didn't feel natural? It felt like you were lying to yourself. Anybody ever tried to do affirmations and look in the mirror and say those things to yourself and you it just didn't feel right? It felt like you were lying because your nervous system knows the truth. Your nervous system knows the truth. So we do something in here called ask formations because what that the asking creates the ask formations create what we call a pattern interrupt in psychology. And so you have this pattern that you normally follow and that you normally feel you're running your script, running your script, and especially if you're running a script of scarcity. If you're accustomed to being broke, that is a part of the programming. But you said, what if you said, I'm done with being broke, I'm moving into the new space? So the old version of you, now watch this, let me show you why we wrestle with rehearsing those positive affirmations. Because the subconscious mind loves the familiar. And because the subconscious mind loves the familiar, the moment that you introduce a new thought, it doesn't feel right because this is foreign. This is new. The new thing in the subconscious mind looks like the unfamiliar. It looks uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable. We don't know what this new thing is. And anything that is new, we side eye. Typically because the subconscious mind does not like the unknown. It sees the unknown, it sees the unfamiliar as dangerous. And so therefore it is important. So the ask formations, it remove there you go, Annie, it removes the threat. So what does the affirmation sound like? You say, I wonder why I easily and effortlessly attract wealth. I wonder why. And so, guess what? When you ask the question, the mind goes to look for the answer. Your mind literally will go and hunt through your experiential memory bank and asks, and the ask formation is going to go hunt for the answer for it. And so that is a way that you begin to recalibrate the subconscious mind. And that ask formation is really key. You see how the ask formation doesn't seem so unnatural? It just doesn't. Oh man, I wonder why I feel so wonderful today. I wonder why my body is, even though you may feel pain, I wonder why this pain is alleviating so easily. Your body is always listening. And so when you do that, it starts out and it begins to sound natural. And so when you do that, and so from a neurochemical perspective, and this is what I love so much about hypnotherapy. What happens when you get into the altered states of consciousness? This is about recalibrating the mind. This is about renewal of the mind. We have four primary states of consciousness. And we just gonna talk about those right now. We just gonna talk about we have beta, that's us right now having this conversation. We're in beta. We have beta, alpha, theta, and delta. And so beta, and what that simply says is that each level of consciousness, we're slowing down the cycles of the brain. That's it. And so as you fall off to sleep, you move from beta to alpha to theta. You've heard of these states before. Theta, beta, alpha, that's that in-between drifting stage. That's that drifting stage. And then you drift on down a little bit more to that theta. And that's where you're having the good dreams and you're having the rapid eye movement. And then delta, you're out of here. There's no eye movement. There's no dreaming. There's this deep, deep, deep state of rest. Now, some amazing things begin to happen, and this is very, very vital as I set up for the next the next talk, the next part of our talk. It's very vital to get into those alternate states of consciousness, because when you get into the alpha state, the cortisol levels begin to drop and serotonin levels increase. Then, when you get into those feel good states, when you do meditation, when you do hypnotherapy, when you get into those alternate states of consciousness, you begin to slow down cortisol production and you begin to increase dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, all of the good feel good hormones. Those hormones are literally changing the environment of the physical body. And when you change the environment, this now we're starting to get into epigenetics. When you change the environment, you change the gene. I'm going to say that again. When you change the environment, you change the gene. Or more specifically, how the gene expresses itself. Because once upon a time, from a scientific perspective, we all thought that it was the gene that dictated everything. But it's not the gene alone that dictates everything. The gene is where the data lies. It is the environment that influenced the gene to either turn on or turn off. And so when you start looking at the environment of the physical body, here's where the tough part is. This is why when it says scripturally, be ye transformed, you shall transform, not just your mind, but everything about you will transform with the renewal of your mind. Watch this. It's so amazing how these ancient scriptures and texts and things can lay down some programs that if you really demystify it, if you take all of the connotation and the stuff away from it and you look at the etymology of it, or you exegete, what they like to call exegete, when you break down the words of each one of those things, be ye transformed. It didn't say just a part of you will be transformed. It says that you will be transformed. Here's how. From an epigenetic standpoint, when you move from a state that we're in, a lot of us are stressed. Anybody stressed in here right now? Anybody worried about something? And this is key. Watch this, everybody. And let's be very transparent, because I'm going to help you with it. I'm about to help you with it right now. Anybody experiencing high levels of stress? High levels of stress, like, man, I'm worried about my job. These kids are driving me crazy. My husband, my significant other, my wife, driving me crazy. Long experiences of stress, high levels of stress. What does that mean the body is riddled with? Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Jabs. What does that mean? Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Jacob. That means that your body is inundated with cortisol. And so it is the environment that is conducive for cardiovascular issue. It is conducive for inflammation. All of those not so great things that are happening in the body. Now, conversely, be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. When we renew the mind and we no longer see the world as we used to see it, we no longer are living in that state of constant stress. When you get into the season where you're at peace, what begins to happen? Serotonin levels increase, cortisol levels drop. As cortisol levels drop, serotonin levels increase. What is serotonin? Serotonin is the rest and restore, the neurochemical. That's the rest and restore. So when you can rest and restore your body, and see, this is the ingenious thing. The way you were created, your body knows its ideal state. And yes, you'll have moments where you wrestle with stuff and things. That's just a part of life. But there's this grace that we talked about on yesterday that allows us to shift and to change that. So from an epigenetic standpoint, when you get into those altered states of consciousness and you begin to feel better, you feel good, and you're at peace, now you're increasing serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, the feel-good hormones, the reparative hormones into your bloodstream. Therefore, you're literally, are you not transforming not transforming your body by renewing your mind? Do you see, if you see how that makes sense, did that make sense to you? Put yes in the chat. If that makes sense to you, put yes in the chat. because that is so very why we are having this conversation. Because if we're talking about staying, not just getting into the frequency, but staying into the frequency, it is important. It is absolutely imperative. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you. Thank you, Willis. It is absolutely imperative. Absolutely imperative. Thank you. Thank you, Mother Love. It is absolutely imperative that we address these things, because as we address these things, it allows you to stay in vibrational harmony with the version of yourself that is of your highest ideal. Woo! That's a lot. I got way off, and that's okay. That's okay, because I got it in my notes somewhere further down, but I got ahead of myself, but that's okay. And so when we start talking about this, we start talking about heart-brain coherence. Heart-brain coherence is a magical thing because heart-brain coherence stabilizes your internal chemistry. That's what we were talking about. Are you committed to rewiring your brain? Are you really committed to rewiring your mind? Absolutely. We've all had our days. Are you committed? The law of assumption states that what you assume to be true becomes your experience. What do you assume to be true about yourself? What is the highest version of you that you assume? Or are you constantly assuming the worst aspects of yourself? If you assume struggle, your subconscious mind will filter for evidence for it. It's going to look for it. Thank you, Adam. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Adam. If your assumption is growth, your subconscious mind will scan for those opportunities for growth. We keep going. We keep going. We're almost there. Now, the honoring of the body. The honoring of the body. That's right. That's right, Janae. Whatever your dominant assumption is about yourself or anything in your space, that will be your experience. Thank you, Janae. Honoring your body as a frequency stabilizer. You cannot stay in a high frequency. And I'm gonna go through this one with light speed because I want to get to the other part of our conversation today. Honoring your body as a frequency stabilizer. You cannot stay in a high frequency while abusing your nervous system. You cannot abuse your body. You cannot abuse your nervous system and then continue to maintain a high state of vibrational frequency. Jacob asks, is God the highest self of rethinking? And I'm trying to make the connection and honor the statement, because when you tap into God, Jacob, when you tap into source, when you can connect to your thing, is God the highest self of rethinking? Is there a way that you can reword that for me, Jacob? Like, because I definitely want to address it. I'm more than a conqueror. I'm chosen. Excellent. 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 Because if you can help with that, that would be great. All right. Honoring your body as a frequency stabilizer. You cannot stay in a high frequency while abusing your nervous system. Define abuse. Abusing your nervous system. We're talking about, like, from a chemical standpoint too. Abusing your body, taking it for granted, consuming things that are of a low vibrational frequency, and not honoring your body. As you don't honor and this is one of the things that we talked about yesterday, Annie, at length. It is very, very challenging for us to want something, or we ask for something that's something to be amazing to come into our lives, but we don't honor the body that we have. We don't honor the vessel that we have. And so as you abuse it, you don't get the right rest. You allow dysregulation to happen because really abusing it. Thank you, Janae. Abusing your nervous system is staying in dysregulation. And knowing what deregulates your nervous system is abuse. It can, because what happens is, and that's why that's very, very good thought. That's very good, Annie. Annie says, and I'm reading it so that our YouTube family can get it too. Annie says, do worry and rumination fall into this category? Absolutely, it does. Why? Because what is happening with the subconscious mind is running on the same program over and over again. And if that worry and that rumination, if it's causing you stress and worry and doubt, all of those things, it's causing those things are of a lower vibrational frequency. That lower vibrational frequency and the rumination of the same thing over and over again, especially if it is not of something positive and feel good, that causes dysregulation of the nervous system. And so that dysregulation of the nervous system is, is a systemic result of it. So the body cannot, the body is not decoration. It is definitely an instrument. So we gave the example of it being an instrument that you play music. And so if you're out of tune, if you're out of tune, that means, especially by this dysregulation that we're talking about, it causes a big, big problem. Chronic stress lowers your vibrational frequency because cortisol narrows your perception. A dysregulated nervous system cannot sustain abundance because abundance is of a higher vibrational frequency. Fear is of a lower vibrational frequency. Prosperity, abundance, faith is of a higher vibrational frequency. Doubt, worry, fear is of a lower vibrational frequency. And so in a universe that is energetic, and in a universe that is built on that the language is frequency, the frequency that you resonate at is absolutely vital for your experience, not just physically, not just mentally, but totally, because everything within you vibrates. Everything within you has a resonance. And so if that resonance is not in alignment with the highest and best version of yourself, there's dysregulation. All right, so let's keep going. When you honor your body through rest, through proper nourishment, breath work, exercise, movement, you're telling your subconscious mind that I'm safe. When you prioritize your well-being and you love on yourself through eating the right foods, getting some rest and some relaxation, what is happening? You're telling your body, you're telling your nervous system that all is well, all is safe. Because when you're safe, when you feel safe, you send a signal not only to your entire nervous system, but to the world, to the universe. And the universe then reflects that back to you, that wellness. Because that's where your focus is. It does include play. You better believe it. What? Having a good time, having a good party, doing some good celebration, that is definitely a part of it. Yes. So not only are you doing the meditation and you zenning out and you're eating the right foods and you're doing all of that stuff, but you're also having a good time. You're laughing. I love, yes, being in awe of life, experiencing joy, all of those things. That's the beautiful thing. We're all a part of a love cycle connected to. Yeah. No, I'm with all of that. Excellent, Jacob. Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. And so when we speak from a standpoint of Ifa, there's wisdom about alignment between inner and outer worlds. Your body must be treated as sacred territory. And we're going to continue. I'm trying to move that because there's so much that we covered yesterday, and I don't, I want to honor it so that you can get it. But you can also go back and you can watch the replay so that you can get all of the stuff that we talked about. The law of cause and effect does not skip physiology. It does not. And so the seeds that you plant in your physical body, they're going to manifest themselves at some type of way. So even the trauma that we experience in life, we have to address that trauma. Too many of us and too many cultures teach us to tuck trauma away, to act like it never happened, to ignore it, to just move on with your life. It doesn't work like that. because those are energetic instances, and those energetic instances a lot of times get lodged in the physical body somewhere. Trauma throughout the body, especially in the lower chakras. And so from an energetic perspective, vibrationally, you wondering why you have sickness, disease, and some maladies that you're wrestling with. Sometimes, to good degree, it is because energetically of what you have been holding on to far too long. And it's time for many of us, it's time for us to release those negative vibrational frequencies. The fascia, you're absolutely right. Trauma is stuck energy. Trauma is stuck energy. And so we have to begin the work of releasing that energy and letting it be. And then we start to fill ourselves with all of the good stuff and the fun, at the same time. Oh yeah, forgive not to remember, to forget. You're not to forget, because you don't forget those kinds of things. You forgive. Your forgiveness is letting. It's not about you, and it took me a long time to understand that. Even as a coach, I didn't understand how does me forgiving somebody help me. But I came to understand that forgiveness is untethering from that pain of the past. It's like lifting an anchor, because as long as you're holding unforgiveness, I didn't say forget. I didn't say become best friends with them. I didn't tell you to go and y'all can now walk, playfully through the lilies in the fields. I didn't say that at all. No, what I'm saying is you have to forgive and release that, because as you release that, you untether, you unchain yourself from that season, and you're allowed to move forward. That's right. You can remember without reliving it. Thank you, Annie. You're absolutely right. Forgiveness is absolutely the key to your freedom. So, excellent. So let's keep moving. Whew. We're at the top. We're at the top of the hour, and we are right there in part 4. Yes, make space in your field, because until you cannot fill, the universe cannot fill a full cup. The universe cannot fill an already full cup. So many of us have to release some things. We have to let go of some old seasons. We have to let go of some old stories and old narratives that are no longer serving. Because as we let those things go, that's right, release and let go. As we release and let go, Willis, that's what happens with us. We begin to make room for the new. We begin to make room for the new. We begin to make room for the new. Some of you are still holding on to things way beyond the season that you're supposed to hold on to them. And if you're ready to let go, it's time. It's time. So listen, if y'all are ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. If you're ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're at the top of the hour. This is a great time. This is really, really wonderful. Thank y'all so much. We're at the top of the hour. We still have an hour left of continuing. We're going to continue to build on this conversation. Now we're moving into the part for today. I'm excited about that. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mother Love. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're already at 75,000 likes, so we are moving at light speed. Thank you so much, Willis. I truly appreciate it. We're moving at absolute light speed. Willis, you are the man. I truly appreciate it. We have 57, 60 people in here. Make sure that you continue to love on each other. If we have any newbies in here, because I know we have some newbies in the building. If this is your first time hanging out with us, listen, I want to say thank you, because y'all could have hung out anywhere. Same thing here on YouTube. You could have been on anybody else's live. You could have been at lunch right now. You could have been doing something else, but you chose to hang out here with us. And so I don't take it for granted. I'm truly thankful for you, for your presence, because some of you are really beginning to do some amazing things in your life. And this is why I showed up on your FYP. Because it's time for you to move and to start loving on yourself a little bit more. So I want to thank you. Make sure that y'all continue to love on each other and follow each other right here. If this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. So one, I want to invite y'all to keep coming back. We're here every day, Monday through Thursday from 12 to 2. So again, if this is your vibe, hey Angie, good to see you. If you are a newbie, put newbie in the chat. If this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. And so I would invite you to keep coming back every day, Monday through Thursday, from 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. But make sure I put that out there because we have people all over the world in these lives every single day. Where are my international people at? I want to see them. I want to see my international people. I know that we have Jab, she's in Kenya. I know we have Essie. Thank you, Mimi. I know we have Essie, she's in Canada. I know we got our West Coast crew on there. We got a lot of West Coast folks on here. But I definitely want to see our international people up in here. If you could let us know what country you're from, we love to see that each and every day. Yes, yes, Jabs is our Kenyan connection. Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. But again, if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. And so the next thing is I want to invite you to become a part of the Oasis. The Oasis is our channel on Discord. We have this wonderful channel on Discord where every Monday morning at 9 a.m. we have this morning meditation, that Monday morning meditation, and it is absolutely empowering. It sets our intentions for the week, and it feels good. So we're only in there for like 20 minutes, so it's not really long and drawn out. So we're in there for about 25 minutes. It's really, really powerful. So I want to invite you to become a part of that. The other thing that we have in the Oasis, we have pre-recorded hypnosis sessions. We have Thank you so much, Willis. Thank you so much, Willis, for that donation. That gift. I truly appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. In the Oasis, the other thing that we have is we have guided meditations that are pre-recorded, so you can just pop your earbuds in and you can listen. We also have a women's safe space because so many people are doing so many amazing things. And there's a good conversation that y'all need to be having in there about hormones, about, perimenopause. They're talking about, it's all kinds of stuff. And that is curated and moderated by our own Janae. Janae is doing an amazing job. So thank you so much, Janae. Janae is also moderating on YouTube today too. So thank you so much for everything. So if you want to be a part of the Oasis, it's really, really easy. All you have to do is to click on this picture, this good looking guy right here on TikTok. And as you click on that picture, all you have to do is to become a super fan. And the moment you become a super fan, you literally, TikTok will send you the invitation to join the Oasis. And so if you're having some technical difficulties or some challenges in becoming a super fan, listen, just let us know. Just say, hey, AD, I'm having some issues. I'm being challenged by the by getting in the Oasis, so I need some help. So all you have to do is either reach out to me or reach out to one of the moderators, and they will help you. Whether you're having some technical difficulties or some financial difficulties, somebody will help you in the into the Oasis. And then the third and highest level of engagement, I'm gonna give you that invitation and invite right now, is to become a part of the Oasis Mind Spa. In the Oasis Mind Spa, that means that you have either worked directly with me and done some one-on-one work in the Oasis Mind Spa, where we do some hypnotherapy together, or you have become you are a part of one of our virtual hypnosis experiences. And get your calendars out so that you can remember right now. Get your calendars out right now. This Wednesday, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are having a virtual hypnosis experience. And that virtual hypnosis experience is very, very, very powerful. And I want you guys to be a part of it because this month's theme is entitled Limitless. That's right. It's entitled Limitless. Limitless, a life beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond scarcity, that scarcity mindset. So you are limitless. Your very nature is limitless. That's where you came. So tomorrow, you want to be in the building tomorrow, 8 p.m. And so to get that information, I'm about to put this in here right now. If you want to work with me one-on-one, or you want to be a part of the virtual hypnosis experience, go ahead and I'm going to pin this on here, pin this form on here. You have to be, and listen, I'm gonna ask you, please be very, very serious. If you're not serious, this is not for you. If you're not ready, please do not fill out this right here. But if you're ready to take your life to the next level and if you're really, really serious about making some things happen, go ahead and fill that form out. And somebody on our team will contact you and get you squared away. And a lot of times, guess what? It's actually me. I'm actually reaching out to you and making it happen. So good. So follow the instructions right there. Y'all saw the little white form. Now we're almost ready to kick back with our talk. Let me put this up here, but I would be absolutely remiss to not share these with you. If any part of our conversation today has resonated with you at any meaningful level, can y'all see that banner down here? Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you. You know what? Thank you so much for saying it's safe to be transparent on that form. Annie is a part of the Oasis Mind Spa. We have a lot of, in fact, you're not alone. There are a lot of people that are in this live right now and on here on YouTube and on TikTok that are already in the Oasis. They're already members of the Oasis Mind Spa. So make sure that you really take advantage of the opportunity. The other thing is that if any part of this resonated with you, I just put a link here to the TikTok shop. I authored this book, Cracking the Abundance Code. And so what this book is designed to do is to help you to align yourself to become the better version of you. Because the abundance that you're looking for, guess what? It's looking for you. It is. The abundance that you're looking for, it really is looking for you. And so in order to do that, most often what we're wrestling with is limiting beliefs and past trauma. Those limiting beliefs are systemic of past trauma. And so that past trauma, it kind of gets in the way and it forms those limiting beliefs. But many times we're just operating, we don't even know because you're doing the work. And so inside of Cracking the Abundance Code, the very first chapter, guess what it's on? It's on limiting beliefs, on addressing those limiting beliefs. And then once you address those limiting beliefs, I spend a great deal of time showing you how you tap into those limited beliefs and so how you can move beyond them. This is an entire system that goes together. Then the very next chapter is on quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. And that's what you want to do. You don't have to constantly be wrestling with the same thing over and over again. You literally can take your life to the next level because from a quantum perspective, you literally can focus on something different. And so as you get beyond those limiting beliefs and you start to move into the wealthy version of yourself, I want to invite you to grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. When you grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, I'm going to assign it. I'm going to put your name in here. I'm going to put a special note just to you. And then I am going to ship it out immediately. I'm going to ship it out to you immediately. And sometimes it gets to folks, depending on where you are in the country, sometimes it gets to you pretty quickly. It may get to you just in a day or two. So because I've actually seen it. So I'm going to go ahead and then I'm going to put a little gift in there. So go ahead and grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. We're going to ship this bad boy out to you today. This is very, very powerful. Where are my meditation people at? Where are my meditation people at? Where you at? Where you at? If you are a person that knows how powerful meditation is, put me in the chat. Listen, when I tell you, thank you, Mimi. I am a person that realized that meditation saved my life. It changed everything for me. It changed it changed the game. It changed the game. When I tell you it changed the game for me. And so one of my good friends, and she's also a member of the Oasis Mind Spa, she was like, AD, why don't you create some candles for us or make some candles for us while we do our meditation, after our session. I'm like, that's not a bad idea. And so what we did, we came up with the Triple Bliss set. This is 3 candles. Can y'all see that white banner down here? If you can see the white banner down there, just just let me know that you can see it. And this is in the TikTok shop as well. These are not some candles that we got offline somewhere and we turn around selling to you. No, we actually make these in-house. We make these in-house, and each one of these candles is in alignment with a particular intention. And so these candles, this candle right here, okay, excellent. Thank you, Fine Wine. Each candle is 100% natural soy based because I know that matters to a lot of us. I know that matters to me. So this is 100% natural soy. It has a cotton wick, and each candle is infused with essential oils. Thank you. Let's see, is that Frenerique? I want to pronounce it right, but thank you so much. I see that you grabbed yours. And so each one of them are Veronica. All right, Veronica, thank you. They are, so y'all celebrate Veronica for grabbing hers. And so listen, each one of these candles are infused with essential oils that are in alignment with the intention. This intention is about this one is about abundance. So this is the abundance candle. The abundance candle, it has infused in it bergamot, and let's see. Mine is coming. Mine is on the way. Looking forward to receiving. Oh yeah. In fact, it should be there within the next day or two. So I'm glad to see that, Willis. So congratulations on yours too. This one is infused with lemongrass and bergamot and lodestone oil. Lodestone, if you don't know what the lodestone oil it's a magnet. And so these candles help to magnetize what your intentions are to help you attract wealth and abundance and prosperity. And they absolutely smell amazing. It really does. So I love this candle, and I probably like this candle more so than any of the candles because listen, who doesn't love abundance? So, and this is not just about financial wealth and abundance. It's about all types of abundance flowing into your space. All right. So that's the first candle in the Triple Bliss set. The second one is actually my favorite one as far as it smells. It is the Heal candle, and the Heal candle is infused with rose oil, essential rose oil. And if you know anything about aromatherapy, rose oil is of a very high vibrational frequency. So when it comes to healing the physical body, when it comes to healing the physical body, healing the mental, emotional, all of that stuff, vibrationally, it is super high. And even like yesterday, I was wrestling with allergies because of the stuff in the, what do you call that stuff? The yellow stuff in the air, pollen. It was in the air, so I just lit the candle and I'm just sitting there smelling it. One, it smells absolutely amazing. But two, I began to get some relief from it. So I definitely like these candles, and they absolutely beautiful, and they smell amazing. Like this, it's amazing. So you definitely want to have the Heal candle be a part of it. And last but not least, bringing up the rear is our Happy candle. The Happy candle is infused with lemon verbena, and it's one of my most favorite scents in the world because when you go to those 5-star resorts and those places, you can't attract wealth and abundance and you feel miserable. This is designed to boost your mood and for you to feel good. So aromatherapy is a really powerful and real science. It is not something that is just, oh, this is cute and it smells nice. No, there's science behind each and every one of these formulations. So again, you have the Happy candle, you have the Heal candle, and you have the Abundance candle. All, and for this price point, you can't get one of these candles because these are not just meditation candles. These are intention candles. So some great energy has been poured into each and every one of these candles. And so I'm excited that many of you are grabbing these candles. So make sure that you grab your Triple Bliss candle set, and we're going to continue with our talk. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? I'm going to go ahead and unpin this. And as you want, you go into the TikTok shop. So congratulations on everybody who has grabbed their Triple Bliss set and their Cracking the Abundance code book. Let me go ahead and unpin and remove these from the live. Okay, excellent. Here we go. Part 4, the fulfillment of your soul. And there's a reason why I did it with intentionality, that the fulfillment of the soul is the last one that we talk about in this variable. The soul does not crave hustle. And I need that to sink in because there's this big hustle culture. Anybody in here tired of the hustle culture? And not just the culture. Anybody just tired of grinding and getting up and being on the rat wheel? I'm not talking about wonderful people that are in retirement. I'm talking about those of us who are up and at it every single day. But anybody tired of the grind? Anybody tired of the hustle? There you go, Crosby. Tired of being tired, tired of being tired. And so there's this thing, this hustle culture is very real. There you go, Janae. There you go, Sunshine. Thank you. The soul does not crave hustle. It doesn't. And I want that to make sure that resonates with you. It craves congruence. It craves alignment. It and when we say congruent, your soul, let's just put it out there. When you came here, I strongly believe this with everything in me, that when you came here to this planet, you said, okay, thank you, Mimi, for the goats, because yes, I am the greatest of all times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We came here. Yes, a misaligned belief system can tire you. Absolutely, Annie. And so I believe that each one of us came here to do a thing. And as we begin to do that thing, we feel this alignment. We feel connected. We feel engaged. We feel life is good. Life is good. Life is good. Life is good. So the soul, it literally craves that type of congruence. Fulfillment is not about achievement. Watch that now. Fulfillment is not about achievement. You're out there making things happen. It is about alignment. It is about alignment. And that when your soul is aligned with your passionate purpose, if you're an artist, be an artist. If you're a singer, be a singer. If you're a healer, be a healer. If you are a teacher, be a freaking teacher. Whatever it is that your soul screams for, that fulfillment is not about this magical goal that you've accomplished. No, fulfillment comes from alignment. Why do you see people that are living out their path? Thank you so much, Fine Wine, for my gold medal. I truly appreciate from a chain. Your soul craves that alignment with your passionate purpose. What are you here for? I guarantee you one thing. I guarantee you that you were not born to come and sit in a cubicle. I guarantee you that you were not born to sit at a computer all day long doing work for somebody else. Does that resonate with anybody? If that resonates with you, put yes in the chat. If that resonates with you, if that's you right now, put yes in the chat. It is all about alignment. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Monique. That's it. Thank you, Crosby. You can succeed publicly and still starve spiritually. I can kick over the phone right now. I'm going to say that again, and I need y'all to get this. You can succeed publicly. You can be a success. Life can be wonderful, and you can have all of the money in the bank. However, you can still starve spiritually. Your soul can still be crying out for its own authenticity. There was a season, many of you who have been around me long enough, you know that in my former life, I was in finance. I was in investments. I owned a mortgage company. I owned a real estate investment firm. We did all kinds of work and we made a ton of money. I did really, really well. But also during that time, I experienced the greatest depression of my life. Yes, I've had it all. Yes, I've lived extremely well and I still live pretty good. But in that time, in that season, the source of the revenue, the money that came into my life was connected to things that were not in alignment with who I truly was. Yes, I was good at real estate. Yes, I was good at investments and finance. Yes. But that was also the greatest season of my deepest depression. Anybody can anybody relate to that? Anybody ever had a really, really great financial life, but was still sad, still wrestled with depression? Anybody ever did that? If that's you, put me in the chat, because it definitely was me. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Hyphen. Many of us making great money. Watch this. And then everybody on the outside looking in say, "Oh man, your life is amazing. Oh man, you're doing so well. You know, man, we want to celebrate you. You get all these accolades, you getting all of these trophies and awards and plaques for doing something that you really don't love." How could I stay in the vibrational frequency of abundance? And I wasn't happy. It hit me at a time, and it caused me depression. And I didn't understand it at first, but then the older that I got, and the more I hit deeper and deeper levels of depression, I just cut it off. I left the country. Now, there you go, Annie. I left the country. I left the country and I went away to the Caribbean. I stayed in Jamaica for an entire summer. And what I discovered was that the root cause of my depression was I was not living my life. I was living my compromise. And many of you right now are living your compromise. And you're starting to realize that this is not the answer. Many of us bought into a system and a construct that we had no choice in the matter, so to speak. We were born into families. We were born into tribes and communities that honored certain skill sets and gifts. I was born into a family that was filled with intelligentsia. You know, they believed in formal education. There was nothing special about me and my cousins and my other, my folks, my siblings going to college. I'm third generation. I'm third generation Rattler. You know, I went to Florida A&M University, and I'm proud about that. But nevertheless, I'm third generation. So I was born into this super productive, highly motivated kind of group of people, and they valued certain things. Anybody born into a family like that? Anybody born into a family that had these super expectations that you have to be a high performer, you have to be a high achiever, you have to do all of these amazing things, and you have to work really, really hard. And if you're lazy, then you're not, like I shared with y'all the other day. I would get phone calls from my father early in the morning. You understand, Willis? Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Fine. He would wake me up early in the morning. I would get a phone call, 6:30 in the morning. Man, when I was your age, I'd be up in my office already. I would get it, but my soul was crying out for something different. I didn't understand it at the time. Oh, but did I learn? Because when I didn't choose, the universe chose for me. You don't want the universe to choose for you, because the universe will knock all of that stuff off. That's not the word I want to say. That's not the word I want to say. But the universe will knock all that over. Just knock it all over. Just knock it all over. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you for those populars. I really appreciate it. So again, you can succeed publicly and still starve spiritually. Are you chasing applause? And I know some people that want the lifestyle, they want the lifestyle of success, but they don't want the journey. So are you chasing applause, or are you answering your calling? Are you chasing the approval of the crowd? Are you, that's right, you will crash physically. Are you seeking the approval of the tribe? Are you living for your parents' desire to live through you vicariously? Are you living your compromise? How do you figure out what you want? You feel it, Olga. Oh, you feel it. What do you love? What lights your soul on fire? This right here lights my soul on fire. Seeing people become the better version of themselves lights me up like Christmas. Hey, Brandon. Yes, I love this. You've been searching and I have no idea. Sometimes you just have to slow down, Olga. Slow down. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Slow down. Allow the world around you to slow down. And there's this tiny whisper that you can hear. And it arises out of your heart energetically. And it will speak to you. It will tell you who it is that you are. And you can choose. You can choose moment to moment, breath by breath, who it is that you wish to become in this moment. So we all understand, because we all had to figure it out. At some point in time, me, I've always known. I came here. I knew exactly who I was and exactly what I wanted to do. I was always supposed to be, I was always supposed to empower people. I was always supposed to help people become the better version of themselves. Usually your path of purpose is connected to what you love. Absolutely, Janae. So Olga, just begin to ask yourself, what do you love about you? What do you love about life? What do you enjoy? What gifts? Here's another way, a peek in to see what it is, who it is that you are. What unique gifts do you have? What unique gifts and skills do you have? And it says, I've always loved to tell stories. That quite could mean that you're a wonderful storyteller. And you may express that through books that you write, poems that you write, movies that you create, plays. You might be a playwright. There's so many things that can grow out of your ability to tell stories. All right, here we go. The Tao Te Ching teaches effortless action. Fulfillment comes when you act from essence, not ego. Think about that for a second. Let that resonate. Let that resonate with you. Fulfillment comes when you act from essence and not ego. Because your essence is attuned and connected to your subconscious mind and your superconscious mind. Your conscious mind is connected to ego and desire. Who are you? Who are you? Right at your very, very core. Who are you and who would you like to become? Authentically you. When your work aligns with your inner truth, your energy expands instead of being drained. When you are in alignment with your passionate purpose, when you are working from your destiny and not your situation. Woo! When you're working, when you have the pleasure and the blessing of being able to work from your essence, your passionate purpose, your destiny, when you can work from that place and be in alignment. I will never retire. Retire? What? That's like telling a bird, that's like saying a bird come to you and say, you know what? Next year I'm going to stop flying. Listen, the bird wings still work and everything. The bird, I'm tired of flying. And a fish coming up and saying, I think next year I'm going to stop swimming. I'm going to stop swimming. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. Let me cook. Let me cook. Thank you. Yes, I am the greatest of all times. Thank you, Mimi, for those. Yes, 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 yes. I am the greatest of all times. Let me cook in this moment. Are you eating what I'm serving up? Are you making decisions based on destiny or circumstances? Because when you can make decisions every day based on your destiny, the vision that you've seen for yourself, because you have seen a vision for yourself. Thank you, Sanaya. Good to see you on here. You have seen the vision for your life. You know what that's supposed to look like. You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it in your bones. And when you have the unmitigated gall to live from that place, baby, let me tell you something. Everything changes. Everything changes. And you can easily stay in the vibrational frequency, in the frequency. Let's go, let's go, let's go. When your work aligns with your inner truth, your energy expands instead of being drained. Your subconscious mind detects incongruence instantly. You know full well when you're out of alignment. Listen, every time you get up in the morning and you go into that job and you can't stand that job, you know you don't want to do that junk. You go into relationships and you realize after you being around this person for a minute, you're like, this is not the answer. This is not it. Your soul knows the difference. Your soul knows the difference. Yes, so your subconscious mind, it detects the incongruence instantly. When you live in misalignment, don't laugh, fine wine, don't laugh. Don't laugh. When you live in misalignment, you experience subtle anxiety. Anybody in here wrestle with anxiety? A lot of time that anxiety is because of misalignment. It's not a congruent state of being. You're not in alignment with who you truly are authentically. You're going into spaces and doing things that you really don't want to do. If you're tired of it, if you're tired of it, make the doggone shift. That's why I'm doing this thing on Limitless tomorrow, to become the better version of it. There you go, Janet. You said you did it for years. I'm so glad you're much better now. That's why tomorrow is absolutely important. It's vital because you are limitless by nature. And because you're limitless by nature, you can do and be the best version of yourself. You can live every part of you, but you have to stay in a vibrational match with that authentic version of you, not playing out some role in somebody else's story. Many of you are not the main character in your own life. You put everybody in front of you. You put the kids in front of you. You put everything. You put everything. Everything is somewhere else. Everybody comes before you. Everybody comes before you. The kids, the husband, the wife, the job, the family. You wind up being stuck. You wind up being stuck behind illusions that you paint for the world, that everything is okay. When in actuality, thank you, Kalina. Thank you, Kalina. It's a tough place to live in, and you can't fool yourself. Lie to me, lie to the world, but never lie to yourself. Yes, it creates absolute suffering. Listen, Janet, thank you. It creates suffering. Who wants to suffer? Listen, live authentically, be you, whatever that you is, and do so unapologetically. When you live in misalignment, you experience subtle anxiety. When you live aligned, you experience grounded confidence. For example, just saying yes to opportunities that contradict your values creates inner friction, those interference patterns. Thank you. Thank you, Kalima. Thank you for the roses. Choosing integrity over quick money creates long-term resonance. Ooh, I wish I had learned that earlier. I'm going to say that again. This is a big one for us, especially in this matrix. Choosing integrity over quick money creates long-term resonance. And what I mean by that is that integrity that I'm talking about is being wholly you. That's integrous. An integrous person is wholly you, not living somebody else's life. That's right, Willis. Depleted of energy. The law of correspondence teaches as within, so without. So when your inner world is aligned, your external world reorganizes. Fulfillment stabilizes frequency because it eliminates internal warfare. Alignment is key. Alignment is key. If y'all are ready for part 5, put 5 in the chat. Let's go. Why people fall out of the frequency. If y'all are ready for part 5, put 5 in the chat. Why people fall out of the frequency. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you. Emotional triggers pull you back into survival states right off the rip. That's why it is so important for you to heal from emotional past trauma. That's why Unhealed. That's what, fellas, I know we got a few brothers up in here. Listen, you have to do the inner work too. You have to heal. If you don't do the work and you don't do the healing, you're going to have triggers. And those triggers are going to vibrationally move you out of alignment. So the moment you run into one of those triggers, it's going to pull you back into survival mode, because that's what your subconscious mind is designed to do, to survive. Old identities whisper louder during discomfort. When you're sitting up bored and you're not doing the thing that you want to do. Hey, Brenda, good to see you. When you're sitting up bored and you don't have anything to do, and your mind gets to wondering, that's why they said that, that old saying that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. You sitting around and you're not operating out of purpose. Next thing you know, you calling the old boo, the one that you let go, the one that you know wasn't worth 50 cents. But you calling the old boo because you bored. You missed it at them. Don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Old identities whisper louder during seasons of boredom and distraction and discomfort and all of that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Your nervous system will default to the familiar. Always. Always. Thank you, Leslie. No, thank you. You got it, Leslie. Your nervous system will default to the familiar, even if the familiar is dysfunctional. All right. Frequency drops are not failures, they're just feedback. Frequency drops are not failure. It's just feedback. You notice that pattern, huh? It happens. It happens. The subconscious mind replays unfinished patterns under pressure. You must practice recovery speed, not perfection. Failure is just feedback. Failure is just feedback. Forgiveness releases energetic anchors, letting go of old seasons, letting people go on about their business. Remember, the Bhagavad Gita, it teaches detachment from outcomes. Detachment preserves frequency during uncertainty. Detachment preserves frequency during listen, write that down. Detachment preserves frequency during uncertainty. Staying in the frequency requires emotional maturity. It requires choosing response over reaction. It requires remembering who you are when the mirror of life tries to distort you. I'm going to say that again. It requires remembering who you are when the mirror of life tries to distort you. As life lifes, as that pendulum swings back and forth, are you going to be affected by it? Many of us are pushed back and forth, because we allow life to move us instead of being so solid in our identity that we galvanize ourselves in the positive. We galvanize ourselves in the identity that we have chosen for ourselves. And because we stay in that space vibrationally, we wind up emitting the same frequency. And our life does not shift right along with the world and its shift. If y'all are ready for part 6, put 6 in the chat. Oh, we getting close. We doing good. How to stabilize. If you're ready for part 6, put 6 in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. If you're ready for part 6, thank you, Janae. Thank you, Jab. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Glam. Good to see you on up in here. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Kalina. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How to stabilize the frequency every single day. Here are just a couple of things. Go ahead and write these down. Repetition builds identity. Remember, the subconscious mind, it loves the familiar. So that which you repeat about yourself, that which you do over and over again, it helps you stay in that vibrational frequency. Identity stabilizes frequency. Hey, Jalala, good to see you in here. Frequency attracts experience. Just remember these. Remember these iconic statements. Just remember these. Identity stabilizes frequency. Identity stabilizes frequency. Identity stabilizes frequency. Identity stabilizes frequency. Put identity in the chat. Identity stabilizes frequency, because the universe does not give us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. So our identity, and what does identity do? Identity creates what? Standards and boundaries. Those standards hold you into a level of accountability. It holds others into a place of accountability. The boundaries are not walls, they are filters. They filter out that which would rob you of your vitality and allows in that which will nourish you. Your identity creates standards and boundaries. The subconscious mind responds to consistent signals, the same signal of positivity, of love, of prosperity, of abundance, of faith. How you see yourself, it shows up over and over again. How you see yourself, it speaks louder than anything else in your space. Morning routines prime neural expectancy. Evening reflection consolidates that learning. Gratitude shifts neurochemistry. Gratitude, let's hang there for 2 seconds. Gratitude is what I like to say. Gratitude is the great summoner. For whatever it is that we're grateful for, we'll attract an abundance of it into our lives. Gratitude is the great summoner. Gratitude is the great summoner. Gratitude, gratitude works. Gratitude works on, on us. When we do something for our children and our children say, thank you so much, Daddy. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you. Or our significant other. We give some gifts. We do something kind or something nice. Something maybe simple as taking out the trash. And your sweetie turns to you and says, thank you so much, baby. Oh, let me take the trash out again. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me take the trash out again. Gratitude is the great summoner. So when you show gratitude, it will help you to draw into your experience the same vibrational frequency and thus the same experience again and again. Thank you so good. Ooh, like how I tell the story about my grandparents. They were so cute. My grandfather would eat that good Sunday dinner. He would rear back in his chair and say, Candy, oh, that was delicious. I think I'm going to have to renew your contract for another year. Kind little things like that show gratitude. So as you show gratitude for your life, and you show gratitude for the abundance that consistently shows up in your space, gratitude begins to create a culture of attraction. Gratitude is the great summoner. And so as you live in the matrix that is infused with gratitude, things begin to flow to you so easily, so effortlessly, so beautifully. That's what they do. Does that make sense, y'all? Does that make sense? So gratitude shifts neurochemistry. It makes you feel good. When you live in a state of gratitude, when you're so thankful for everything that you have, you feel good. It changes the neurochemistry in your body. Breathwork regulates your tone, the vibrational frequency. Come on. 5 minutes of intentional breathing can reset your stress response. Just 5 minutes of breathing. Just breathing deeply and slowly. It lets you know that everything is well. Because you'll never be in fight or flight and you're taking deep breaths. No, you running. You running, trying to stay alive. So yes, breathe. Yes, breathe. Humor raises your vibrational frequency too, because it disrupts fear. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at life. Don't take things so serious. It ain't that deep. I promise you it's not that deep. So as you continue to focus on these things and you laugh about your life and you laugh about circumstances, you literally draw into your experience something very special and something different. That's it. That's it. Even cosmic sages need to laugh at themselves. The greatest guys that I've ever followed, the greatest people that I've followed, they knew how to laugh at themselves. My mentors knew how to laugh at themselves. They knew how to laugh at their life. Don't take it so serious. Don't be like Drax in the Marvel universe. That's for my Marvel people. I'll just a little shout out to my Marvel people. Don't be like Drax. Drax is so literal. He takes everything literal. He doesn't dance. Drax doesn't dance. I'll forget what Drax said. Drax, that dancing is for somebody, crazy people, something he said. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy teaches that energy is always moving. It's always moving. It's always moving. Thank you, Mimi, for those goats. Thank you for the great. Yes, I am the greatest of all time. Your job is to guide that energy, because where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. That is one of the biggest mantras that you're going to hear over and over again. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So your job is to guide that energy, not to suppress it. Too many of us, when we deal with negative energy, we suppress it. No, you just need to guide it out of yourself and move along. You can guide it out with asking yourself. You can use ask-formations, or you can use, what else can you use? Oh, laughter. Laughter is a great way. You're never supposed to suppress energy or resist anything about you, because that which you resist about you persists within you. When anger arises, transmute it into clarity. When fear arises, transmute it into preparation. When doubt arises, transmute it into what? Inquiry. I wonder why I feel this way. I'm beginning to feel nervous. Why am I feeling nervous? Why am I being doubtful of the abundance that's coming into my life? Yes, I'll see my bank account, and the bank account, the numbers aren't jiving today. But you know what? Why am I beginning to feel that way when I know abundance flows to me easily and effortlessly? You see that? You see how we do the pattern interrupt? That's how we change it. Thank you for my flames, Mimi. You know I like the flames. Thank you for my paper crane, Amy. Thank you. Thank you. Because you know I like those. Staying in the frequency. And this is the biggest thing. And we're going to wrap up out of here. Staying in the frequency is not about spiritual perfection. It's not about that. It's not about perfection at any rate. It is about regulated embodiment. Never ask yourself, what should I be doing? What should I be doing? What should I be doing? Instead, ask yourself, who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? Because the universe does not give us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. You are not here to spike into greatness. You're not here to catapult into it. Just one out of the blue, just kind of, no. You are here to stabilize into it, because we're talking about frequency. Anybody can run into that frequency once. You can run into the frequency of being the best version of you twice. But to maintain that frequency, all of these things will help you to do it. The renewal of your mind reshapes your perception. The honoring of your body stabilizes your biology. You got to stabilize that biology, y'all. Got to take care of the vessel, because the greatest asset that you've been given, the greatest gift that you and I have been given is this thing here. And as we honor this vessel with the right food, with good rest, good exercise, plenty of laughter, having some fun, those things regulate the nervous system and blesses us. And it also shows that you are a good steward of that which you already have. So when you're looking to expand and to draw into your experience something bigger, something greater, more wealth, more abundance, more healing, more prosperity, more of this wonderful life, the first question that you should ask yourself is, have I been a good steward of what's already been put in my hands? Before you fix your mouth to ask for anything, have I been a good steward of what I have already been given? Have I maintained my integrity with my relationships? Have I maintained? How do you want more clients and you've not taken care of well the ones that you have? How can you ask for a thing and you haven't been a good steward of it? And the first sign of you being deliciously ready, not worthy, but ready to hold the abundance that you so rightfully deserve, it is how well you have maintained this vessel, how well you've taken care of it. Honoring your body stabilizes biology. The fulfillment of your soul aligns your purpose. 30 days. Give me 30 days. Take advantage of this season of Lent. Do something just for you. Let go of some things. Release some stuff that's no longer in alignment with your highest and best you. Release those things. You do not manifest what you occasionally feel. You manifest what you constantly are. The world does not need temporary inspired you. We need you on fire every day. Inspired by passion, inspired by purpose, not motivated by external validation, not moved by the celebration of other people of your life, but your alignment with purpose. You manifest who you consistently are. Staying in the frequency means you become the calm in the chaos. You become the signal in the noise. You become the evidence that transformation is sustainable. You become the evidence that transformation is inevitable, that it can happen, that it's possible. Because that's what the world needs. That's what your family needs. That's what your tribe needs. They need your light, irrespective of whether they understand it or not. They need the best version of you. We need the best version of you. I need the best version of you. Because as I see you becoming the best version of you, it inspires me to do more for me. And as we do for each other, as we do for ourselves, as we love on ourselves more, that becomes the very foundation for all commitments that we'll make to ourselves so that we can become the better version of ourselves. That's right. Become a lighthouse. That's right. That's right. Say it again, Janae. Desire is just the invitation. Embodiment is the confirmation. Become evidence that the transformation is possible. There's so many people that need you. So listen, I think we did pretty good today. What y'all think? These last 2 days, I think we did what we needed to do in order to impact some shift and change today. I think we did. Listen, I appreciate y'all. So listen, we're getting ready to kick off our after party. Y'all know how we do. Yes, thank you, Leslie. Y'all know how we do. We're getting ready to kick off our after party. Thank you, Janet. Over here on, we're getting ready to kick off our celebration after party over here on TikTok. We're gonna release our YouTube family because YouTube doesn't like us to play our good music, and so you're more than welcome to join us over here on TikTok where we kind of wild out and we get a little, we get a little fun. We do our little dancing thing going on. So listen, thank y'all so much. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you. Janae, thank you, Willis. Thank you, everybody, for being on today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. We had a wonderful conversation. Thank you, all of our newbies, and hopefully you'll be back tomorrow at 12 noon. So glad to have you with us today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and release our YouTube family. Y'all are invited to come over here to TikTok where we're going to kick our party off. So here we go. Thank y'all now. See y'all tomorrow.